What is up, everybody? I hope all is well, man. This is Chris with That Square Sports Podcast, and we're here today to talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars draft grades. Now, mind us, we're going to exclude offseason acquisitions and trades and all that. We're just going to strictly talk about the draft here, and this is what I'm going to grade them off of, pretty much what they needed versus what they got. And then, of course, we're going to go ahead and go through the rubric and how we're going to break that down as well. But first things first, hey man, like, comment, of course, subscribe, and as always, be respectful in the comments. And I do comment back, believe it or not. All right, let's dive in. So first things first for the Jacksonville Jaguars, defensive line, offensive line, definitely offensive line, 100%. And then, of course, receiver with the whole Calvin Ridley thing leaving. So I really love the fact, as we, like when I'm talking about their needs, what they went after. And I love that about the Jaguars. This is what I love about this. I had to give them credit where credit is due. As a Texans fan, I will see this team 2 times in the AFC South throughout the year. And I'm not going to lie, it's not going to be fun. I know we've owned the Jaguars. Even in our downer seasons, we've owned you guys. But Trevor Lawrence finally got what he needed in this draft. But this defense is what's going to be rebuilt and needed. And it looked like that's what they took care of in this entire draft. Primarily was defense. So, first things first, we got a new toy for, of course, Trevor Lawrence. That's Brian Thomas Jr., big body receiver. This guy fits the description, obviously. I know Malik Neighbors got all the hype at LSU, but Brian Thomas was right there. And this kind of really is a thing where it's like he's got the comp to a T. Higgins. Here's the thing. Christian Kirk, if Ingram is there still, and now adding him, this is going to be something that's going to be definitely fun to watch. Especially if you're a Jaguars fan. I know the way the offense is going. I mean, the defense is being played now. So really, you guys are going to pretty much light it up. I can honestly see that. With that being said, defensive line. Josh Allen was a big thing that you guys need to make sure you take care of in the offseason. And I know I said I exclude a lot of offseason stuff when it comes to the draft. So I will say this. Mason Smith, 6'6", just a refrigerator with legs. That is a great pick for you guys coming out of LSU as well. Another LSU player on your draft board. All right, I understand. I like it. But this guy really knows how to stop the run, disrupt the pass. The only bright spot, him and it was, of course, Wingo. They were the only bright spots on the entire LSU defense this past season. So really, you grab pretty much one of the 2 best players on that defense. And, of course, I think you got a great value for getting him. He's really a first-round pick minus the injuries and the other stuff. But you guys found a way to work it in and you got him. So that's either going to be great to help out with your defensive line. With that being said, secondary, you guys went again. You have yet to replace Jalen Ramsey at cornerback. And I understand. I get it. Shaq Griffin, it is what it is with him. Just one of those things where I don't see it with Jaron Jones out of Florida State. But I understand you're starting to get the picture that you need to take care of that nice. It's going to be a theme in this draft because you double dip at it. With that being said, offensive tackle Javon Foster out of Mizzou, still great pick, very undervalued. I will say did not get enough justice at the combine. Dang sure didn't get enough justice at the Senior Bowl. So this is where I will say this: watching him go against. I think it was not the Kentucky game. Missouri versus, who was it? I think it was Florida. Man, he just set so many people down, bro. And I just said to myself, yeah, this guy knows what the hell he is doing. And I got to give credit where credit is due. I know a lot of people really they're not big fans of Javon Foster like that. At tackle, he kind of slips through. I mean, obviously, this was a huge offensive line draft that just happened. But I'm not going to lie to you, man. Foster that dude, man. Foster that dude, y'all. So that was a steal for you guys. Next up is Demetrian Price out of Mississippi. Another physical corner. I think just due to the fact that he was on a bad football team, it kind of got overshadowed the fact that he can really do good. Hands to the face. Just physical corner. Knows really how to get under your skin. Can play man. Obviously, can play zone. Really doesn't get a lot of PI on him. So that's really good for him too on top of that, you guys. So I do like this pick, and I talked about that with Jaron Jones. Same thing with, of course, Demetrian Price. These 2 guys, pairing them up, I get it. You're looking for the next Jalen Ramsey. I mean, it's gonna be hard to feel, but you guys, y'all can make it work. Y'all can make it work. Keelan Robinson out of University of Texas. He's a backup running back, so of course you know Jonathan Brooks. Got his claim to fame pretty much when Brooks went out. Kind of like the whole Josh Jacob pick, kind of, where, you know, he's not really got a lot of mileage on him. I'm not saying it's a bad pick, but I do like ETN for you guys as well. So I guess it's more of a depth pick here. I will say that. Cam Little out of Arkansas, kicker. Kicker's going to do what they do. Kicker's going to kick, you know what I'm saying? So I really don't say much about kickers. But Miles Cole to top it off. Now, what's crazy about this Texas Tech defensive end, Miles Cole, I actually had him going in the 4th round when I started this back in November. But the thing was with Miles Cole is the fact that I don't know what happened to him, and he just fell off the face of the earth. But I will say this. Him being on that defensive line with the boys is already added there pretty much, you know, prior to this in this draft and what the Jaguars have done, I will start to say to myself that you don't really want to count Miles Cole out, and he might be a sleeper pick for you guys. He's gonna be a rough start. Yeah, I could see that. But I could see him really not being a breakout player, but a player that makes a statement for you guys. You know what I mean? That second unit guy, that run stopper. You know, he can't really get to the passer. I mean, the quarterback like I thought he could. And when those games were in the Big 12, where, you know, you're going against your TCUs, your Wyomings, it's not Big 12, but you get what I'm saying. Those little small games where it's not really like it's against like an Oklahoma or a Texas where you go missing. I needed to see more of him in those type of games, but it just didn't really come up that way. But it's okay. I really think that this pick is a sleeper pick for you guys. Now, with that being said, did you guys dress defense? 100%. You guys took care of every level of the defense, just about, except for linebacker, right? You took care of defensive line, defensive backs. Then on top of that, you took care of your receiver. You actually got offensive tackle. And knowing how Trevor Lawrence is and his injury history, consistently getting smacked, bad reads, stuff like that, you guys really need to protect Trevor Lawrence. I would have liked to have seen more picks on the offensive line. Now, they gave you guys an A. I'm going to knock this grade down to a B+. For the simple fact is, you're not really 100% trying to protect Trevor Lawrence. This is through the draft, not as an offseason moves. But other than that, outside of that, what guys got you back in the game was, of course, the Brian Thomas pick, the Mason pick. Then, of course, Demetrian Price pick. Then, of course, the Miles Cole pick as well. Keelan Robinson, I got to see how y'all utilize him. I know running backs are undervalued in the league now, but it is what it is. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Shout out to all the Jaguar fans. And, of course, you know I'm a Texans fan, so if I see y'all as on-site beef, you know what it is. But, honestly, though, it was fun making this video. Y'all take it easy. Peace.